Hello and welcome to episode 10 of my Everquest 2 tutorial Let's Play series. This episode will be on us doing a bit of trade skilling. In particular, I want to show you rush orders and work orders. So you can see that so you can see the difference, and two, because we've been adventuring and I've got myself now, if I can just show you, I've got myself now to level 40 in adventuring. So as you can see, you go around zones doing the quests as we've been doing, and gaining adventure levels is easy enough there. But for the trade skilling, you'll notice as you get higher in level it gets slower, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that slow, because there are a few things you can do. One, you'll be doing rush orders, and secondly, you'll do the trade skill quests that I have been showing you. Excuse me, sorry. The last trade skill quest we did was in the Butcher Block Mountains. After the Butcher Block Mountains, it then goes to Steamfont Mountains. That's where you get your trade skill quests to take you to, you'll get to about 35 trade skilling in the Steamfont Mountains. Getting you then to 40, you will be doing whichever you prefer, work orders or rush orders. Now what I want to do is show you the difference so you can then decide which ones you want to do. Now as you do these work orders and rush orders, you will be getting faction. So if we go to factions, you'll see that my Iron Toe Brigade is now 30,000 and it's looking warmly, so doing very well with that. If we go to the Shattered Lands, Ravens of the North, I've been doing a few of their trade skill quests, and so been getting faction for that. This is another fun aspect to Everquest 2, is as you explore the world, and remember it's a huge world, and when you go to the different zones, you'll start up with different factions. So as you visit new areas, new factions will appear, and it'll appear under a heading like you've got Fadeaway there, you've got Shattered Lands, you've got city factions. But as you explore more areas, you'll get more factions, and then you can do either trade skilling or adventure quests to work on them factions. Anyway, let's show you something else that I've been wanting to show you but I've not remembered to, and it's your bags. Now with your bags, if I just bring up all my bags, you will notice with the bags there is a little button up here which says bag options. Now what I do is the three bags this side in my inventory, so this bag and this bag, I click on the little button bag options and I enable contents are not for sale. That way when I go to sell stuff, the items I put in these three bags will not appear in the trader window. So if I apply that, if I next do this one and apply, and lastly this one. Now when I go to the trade skill vendor, fuel merchant, whoever who's selling and buying, the contents of these three bags will not appear anymore because I've set that option. Now you'll also find that items like this, where it says treasured, this item can be sold to certain NPCs for status. These ones you don't sell to your normal vendors, items that say this. These you find the specific guilds which will give you faction, and by taking them to the right person you will not only get a huge chunk of faction, but you will also get more money. So it's all good, my friends. So there we are, there's that. Anyway, so this is going to be on rush orders and work orders. So what we're going to do, first of all, let's do a work order. The main difference between work orders and rush orders: a work order takes much longer to do, but it is not time. It does not have a time constraint. When you do a rush order, as soon as you pick up your order from the bench over there and it gives you your job, a timer then counts down and you've got 6 minutes to do the rush order. With the work orders, there is no time limit, so you can take as long as you like, but they do take longer. Anyway, it's all well and good me waffling about it. Let's actually show you. So we're going to get a work order, but before I do that, something you always should do is check with the crafting trainer to make sure you've got oh, it seems to be a bit laggy at the moment. Or maybe I've just learnt everything that they've got, but keep remembering to check with your crafting trainer for any new recipe books. Anyway, so I didn't even accept one. I'll decline that and have another look. Okay, so I'm going to click on the work orders and I'm going to do the highest. Always do the highest one that you can, because you'll get more experience and more money. You'll notice if I click on the lowest, it's green in colour, meaning that it is below my level and it's not going to give me very much status, money or faction. So I'll decline that. Remember these three here. Okay, so remember what they say. We'll decline that. We'll take a look at the next one, the 30th. Still green, but notice that it gives double the amount of money. And 2,208 status. Let's just check. Was that more? 2,085. Yeah, so it gives more status. The faction though is the same, so it gives more money and more status, but 200 to Ravens of the North I'm sure was the same. Yeah, so it's the same for that. Anyway, let's do the highest one, which is the 34th. Notice now it's blue. It's still under my level, but not as bad as the green. You're always better off the higher you can get, so white or yellow would always give more faction and more status and more money. So I'm going to accept that one. Okay, once you've accepted your work order, check that you have the materials. Now it's a level 30 work order, so I need level 30 materials. So if I look in here, you can see I've got plenty of wood and I've got plenty of the other items for that tier, all jumbled together in my pocket somehow. Anyway, I've been out gathering and it's just all accumulating. Gets a little bit of a mess. The reason I'm keeping the lower level tier resources is for when I show you the tinkering and adorning. We'll do one of them maybe in the next episode. Anyway, so you next, after you get your work order, check you've got a load of resources for that level. Next, check you've got the fuels for that level. So when I get the work order, let's go grab it just to show you. So you go to this work orders bench, left click on it and look for your invoice. When you do that, you'll see over here it tells you then what you've got to make. There is no time limit, so I can start this today and finish it tomorrow if I want. You can take as long as you like, but basically you see that I'm a tailor, so I'm going to be making tailored components. So if we go to the tailoring desk and if we open it up, and if I select, I've filtered to the different tiers, so you can see 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, etc. So I'm doing 30s, so we'll click that. Okay, if I just open up one of the basic recipes, you'll see it's going to use glimmering filament. Now this is important for when you're doing rush orders. You have to make sure that you've got not only enough materials to do the rush order, but enough of the fuel. So if we look in my pocket, we're looking for glimmering filament. So looking over here, what's that one? That's sparkling. There's glimmering. So I've got 117. What might be a good idea for you to do before you start a rush order, work orders, remember you can take as long as you like, so it doesn't matter if you haven't got enough. Rush orders though, it's always important. So what might be a good idea before you do any rush orders? Oh, don't tell me it's not going to open up now. Okay, definitely suffering with a bit of lag, which is not good because it means that when I go to do the work orders and rush orders, it's going to lag out. And if you're on a slow internet connection, which because the weather's really bad here today, excuse me, sorry, I'm guessing because the weather's really bad, that's why it's playing up. Anyway, so let's go start this. So with a work order, like I say, take as long as you like. So we'll open up the workbench or the tailor's table, the sewing table. We'll go to the 30s recipes. Now we need to create tailored etched leather braces. So if I just type in, I could just type in BRA and press the enter key. When you do that, it then, as you can see, filters down. We're looking for tailored etched leather braces. So it's this one, etched leather braces. So we'll click that and then click begin. Remember, start with the two which boost your your progress. And as soon as the bars went at the top, you know you can do more. So you can see I'm spamming the progress buttons. And by doing so, you'll work through. Notice that an icon's not appearing yet, but if it did, I would still be able to do it, catch the icon in time. Sorry, my voice is going. Okay, there's the first one. We need to do one more, so I'll just repeat. Okay, so go through again. This time we might see an item here appear. But because I'm going through it so quickly, you see, it's not getting a chance. Oh, here we go, there's one. So, frayed material. But I still do two of them, as you can see. That one and that one. I leave the third in case needed. There we are, that's the first bit done. Now I need to do pads, shoulder pads. So, go back to here. Type in pad. And there we go, you see how easy that was to find it. Even though we've got loads of recipes. Click begin. I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can because they do take time and I am on a time limit. And it's good when you do get these because it speeds up the process. Okay, let's begin. Now I'm not sure how long this episode will be because I want to do one. I will notice my skills are going up. I want to do one work order, one rush order. I'm hoping to be able to fit that in the 30 minutes, but if not, I shall just keep the recording going until I have finished. Okay, next we need to do robe. Okay, and it's the broadcloth, which is the first one. The second one here, you need a special material, a rare material for it, which is the rare glimmering material. So I'm not doing rares. You never have rares in work orders or rush orders, just the normal standard materials. Notice if I hover over it, it shows me if I have all the necessary components, which I do. So let's do that one. And remember that this is blue, light bluish, so it's not like white or yellow, so therefore it's easier to complete. Okay, that's another reason why it's going very quickly. If it was white or yellow, no doubt the progress would be slower. And if it's green, oh, there we go. So I'm now 37, which is cool. Like I say though, the higher you get, the slower the crafting obviously will get, just like any other game. The higher you go, the slower it gets. But having said that, in Everquest 2, you can, I want to show you something else as well about, you can use experience potions to speed things up as well. Okay, so let's do a pouch. And it's the etched leather pouch, which is that one. Let's start. Well, so far I've only had to do the progresses. If you get them all correctly, so if you hit the button for the icon at the right time and do a second button, you see how quick you can progress it. If I was just doing these ones, the durability, it would go at probably half the speed it's going at now, because it would be doing the green bar rather than the blue bar. I would only be doing the green bar if this green bar suddenly started to lower to about here. But whilst it's staying so high, there's no need for me to do that. Plus, not only that, it makes it much quicker for me to show you doing these work orders. And you're going to see how quickly we can do a rush order. Now, if you're in a guild, when you do work orders and rush orders, you get faction for your guild as well as the trade skill faction. So it's very nice for leveling up your guild. I love doing rush orders to boost up my guild level when I'm in a guild. I'm not in a guild on this server, simply because I'm flitting between too many games to stay with just one. I enjoy doing it like that. I enjoy playing several games at once, because then it removes the grind. Okay, so now just need to do a sack. Okay, so we want etched leather sack, which is that one there. Okay, let's begin. Now, as you can see, that this has taken a fair amount of time. I wish I could have timed it, but it's probably in the region of about 5 to 10 minutes how long this has taken. You will see that rush orders take us between 2 to 3 minutes, so a fraction of the time of what a work order takes. But like I say, remember you have a time limit, as you're going to see in a moment once we get to them. And we need to do the last one, we need to do 4 of them, so I need to do 3 more. Another thing about doing work orders is, because you're doing more items, you're going to burn through more materials, so just make sure you do plenty of harvesting if that's what you like doing work orders. See, if you're on a slow connection, then you may have to do work orders, because otherwise you won't be catching these in time. I'm glad I keep getting critical successes. I believe that's to do with me hitting the buttons here. 2 more and then we're done. But this is why I love the crafting in Everquest 2. In my opinion, for an MMO, Everquest 2 has the best crafting in any MMO. It's my personal favourite. For some of you out there, you may prefer others. I know a lot of people mentioned when Star Wars used to be around, that had a very good crafting system, but to me, Everquest 2's crafting system is the best. I absolutely love it. It's so much fun, especially when you do the rush orders and you start piling through them, getting loads of faction, loads of money, and getting your guild leveled. Okay, and 1 more. As you can see, you can take as long as you like. I could go for a cup of coffee right now and come back and finish this, well, providing I hadn't started it down here. So that's the benefit of doing work orders. If you're limited for time, then you can do a work order and split it across a day or two. Rush orders, when you start them, you have to finish them. Oh, nearly got my tailoring up, which is good. Never let your skill get too far down, because you will get less criticals. Okay, so let's go hand in and you can see what happens. Let's close that. Did you see I got a nice jump in my experience, plus I've got these. There we go. So that is a work order. Takes a bit of time. Now, can I visit this one yet? No. Oh well, nothing I can do about that. Let's show you now what I'll probably have to do is log out and log back in to fix that crafting trainer. Anyway, let's do a rush order. And we're going to do the highest one. It'll be the same again. Green, green, and this should be blue. Yep, there we go. Right, so with the rush order, notice much more money, much more status, and even 100 more faction for the Ravens of the North. So rush orders are the way to go once you get used to them. So let's accept. Okay, there is no timer as yet. Notice that, no timer yet. But as soon as we pick up the order from this desk, the timer will start. So let's check how much. I've got 69. I'm hoping that's enough because the fuel merchant won't transact with me. So let's try. I can only but fail. Okay, we've got it. Notice now we've got a timer. Oh, it's 8.5 minutes. Wow, long time. Okay, so we go to here, open it up, get it to the level 30s components, click in here, and we're doing cuffs. So this is where it pays to be quick. So we want broadcloth cuffs. Oh, right. So this definitely is one you want to do with the progress. Quicker you can do it, more safely you will be. I can tell you now that rush orders, providing you don't go off wandering and chatting and all sorts, you'll easily do your rush order. You even have time, if you run out of fuel, to go to the fuel merchant and purchase some fuels. But once you get very good, then there is plenty of time. As you can see, by typing in, you're speeding that bit up by filtering the recipes. And you'll see that there's only one of each and 2 of the last ones to do, so much quicker than work orders. I personally only like doing rush orders. See, I won't do the durability yet because it's not gone under halfway, but then I didn't need to. Right, next we want pants. Etched leather pants, so it's that one. Click next. Got 7 minutes still. And we're nearly halfway through. And this will get us another level doing this rush order. So you can see how quickly it is with leveling when you're doing rush orders. Flies by. Okay, next we need bandolier. So if I just type band, there you go, etched leather bandolier, and begin. If you don't waste time looking for the particular recipes, you've halfway won. Trust me on that. If you type in the name of what you need to make, you've half done it already. Ah, well, I did actually push that one, but I think it's lagging out a bit. So now I'm going to switch to the durability because it's getting a bit low. And there we go, and the last one is the quiver. So QUI, enter, and bang. Right, now we just want etched leather quiver. So there's the quiver. There. Raw engraved. Oh no, that must have been the wrong one. Cancel. Etched leather quiver, that one. There we go. Right, let's do it. We've still got 5 minutes, so plenty of time. Of course we have to do 2, but shouldn't take longer than a couple of minutes at most. At least you see what happened when you don't do one of these on time. All well and good me showing you nice and quickly how to do this, but I needed to show you one failure, so I needed to show you me missing it. But I'm not going to miss more than once, I can tell you that. Because it'll waste time. And of course, once I get to my 40s trade skilling, then I can make bigger bags, which is cool. Okay, one more and then we're done. See how much quicker this is? And we've still got 4.5 minutes. So it's taken me about half the amount of time allotted, or just over. Sometimes you can get a critical success where the whole thing will fill up instantly in one go. I do love it when that happens. Like you'll start here, you'll do your progress and it'll just suddenly go whomp and it'll jump straight to the very end and you've completed in 1 second. Happens very rarely, but I believe you have to have your skill maxed out. Right, there we are, that was done. See how quick that was. Notice the timer stops as soon as you've completed, so we're no longer on the timer. We come over here, I'm gonna level. There you go, I am now level 38 and got all that faction status, all good. And that is how you will gain your levels in trade skilling really quickly. You will keep doing rush orders and you will do the trade skill quests as well. By doing them, you can see how quickly I've managed to get myself up in level. So no need for me to do any more in front of you. You've now seen how to do work orders and rush orders. What I will hopefully show you in the next episode is tinkering and adorning. We will do a daily for them. I hope that this has all been helpful to you in showing you. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.